start with the last question and then we'll work
Please.
backwards. All right.
Yeah.
Be authentic. All right. You know, like I said, when go to safe people, talk about you, learn to be real. Like I said, 30 years ago, if you met me, you wouldn't have said, Robert, I appreciate how authentic you are. I actually hear that a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
People say, Robert, I appreciate that you're real. You're authentic.
I feel that too. Yeah.
And that, as much as anything, has made me a lot more attractive to the opposite sex. My wife and I were about to celebrate our 5th anniversary just a few days, a week. And as I mentioned, she's Mexican, typical, stereotypical Latina, really jealous. You were looking at her butt, you were looking at her butt. That woman was coming on to you. And I'm going, what woman? I point them out to me next time, but she is right. At 65 years old, I still notice women. I notice women checking me out, and the majority of them are significantly younger than me. And it's not that I'm so amazing good looking or amazingly rich or have all the things that a lot of men think, well, you got to have this to get women. And I really think what it is, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I live life on my terms. I'm real. I'm authentic. I wasn't any of those things 30 years ago. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I wasn't living life in my own terms. I didn't have the confidence, the energetic aura that just comes of, I like me. And so one of the things that I'll say to men, that women tend to be attracted to a guy who looks like he knows where he's going and having a good time getting there. That's amazingly attractive to women. Now, if you notice, none of that had anything to do with trying to please a woman, trying to make her happy, trying to get her to like you, trying to get her attention, trying to get her number. And because for many years, I haven't tried to get a woman to do anything, they come and offer themselves in various ways. Now, there's no magic to this. And again, most men go looking for the magic. What's the magic pickup line? What's the magic this? What's the hypnosis? What's the NLP? Tell me how to make women be this, do that. I don't know. Right? I don't know how to get women to do anything. I don't try to, right? I used to. And mainly, I don't try to get them to like me.
Yeah.
But I used to. So the trying to be somebody that you think a woman would like is probably the big mistake. Okay. Now, our covert contracts don't turn women on. It just kind of makes them feel creepy, right? Mark Manson, in his book Models, basically said it's our neediness that turns women off. Basically, Models is don't be needy. And because it does. The nature of the feminine is neediness. And if we go to the feminine creature, I'm needy, like me, they're going, get lost. The feminine is also attracted to fierceness, to strength, to power, to confidence. All of our feminine ancestors, we all grew up in a tribal situation, and our feminine ancestors all grew up with fierce, masterful warriors. Not little boys seeking mommy's approval. And so anything that a man does trying to get a woman's approval is going to feel repulsive to her. Now, that doesn't mean you can't ever do things to make your partner happy or, line up things. But if you're doing it to get validation or approval, to get a woman to like you, even if it's your wife, if you're trying to get those things to happen, women tend to push it away, right? But on the other hand, if you're living your life on your terms, I'm still putting a dent in the universe. I love my work. I see myself doing it for a long time. I've got a great posse of guy friends. I'll do workshops in my house, and men will come here, and my wife will see the respect that they have for me. I'm not even sure if my wife knows exactly what I do. But about 4 years ago, I spoke at an event up in Vancouver, BC, and she came up with me. And I spoke to an audience of men and women, and she'd never seen me speak to a group of people. And I got done, went down, sat by her, and she doesn't speak English. She understands some. So I was speaking all in English, of course, and sit down, and she looked at me, she said, "You're a really big man," meaning just your influence, your energy. Said, these people were all sitting and watching and listening to you just intensely the entire time. And then she looked at me, she says, I think I've got to be a bigger woman in order to match you. And so it's when you're living life like that on your terms, penetrating the world, putting that dent in the universe, that the feminine is attracted to that.